Hi guys, it's Jamie. Today I'm going to be talking about how important it is to keep as fit and healthy as possible even when you're disabled. And you're going to have to forgive what I look like. I have just got back from the gym and I'm all sweaty and I'm all sticky and all bleh. So I'm sorry. But I it had been 6 weeks since I had been to the gym, so it was my first time back, and I really impressed myself because I did more than what I told myself to do and what I thought that I'd be able to. So I'm really happy. Obviously I didn't go overboard and I didn't do much, but I did really well at what I did do, and that's the key when it comes to fitness, and not just when you're disabled, but in any case that's the key. First of all, I'll tell you a little bit about my fitness story, or when it comes to being disabled and my fitness story anyway. When I was diagnosed with MS, I had already lost just over 5 stone, and it hit me. That was the worst part of my diagnosis. It wasn't the fact that I suddenly had this disease, it was the fact that I couldn't do things that I had learnt to love. You know, I'd turned into a really big fitness freak, and I was running from my house to the castle every day, which is a really long way to run when you think about it. And I was doing that every day, and suddenly it had all been taken away from me. Even though I had MS before that, but at that point in my life, my body was still able to do these things. But then I had my huge neurological attack, and that's what led me to my diagnosis, and I have been going downhill ever since, but that's just the nature of the disease. And it took a long time for me to get over mentally the fact that I couldn't do these things anymore, and I started to get scared because I was 263 pounds before I started to lose weight, and you know, I'd lost, as I said, over 5 stone by that point, and I was really scared that I would end up gaining all that weight back, and you know, what was I going to do with my life now that I can't work out or anything like that? It had taken my life away. But I realised that I could still continue my weight loss, and you know, okay, I can't work out anymore, but that doesn't mean that I can't still lose weight. I mean, losing weight it's all about your diet. So I was still able to lose weight, and I lost a further, I don't know, just over a stone maybe, I can't remember exactly. But then I realised, as I was doing that, I realised that, you know, I could still do things, and my gentle exercises that I used to do, like the Pilates and stuff, I was able to challenge myself more. And yeah, it hurt like hell, and it still does, but I realised that as much as my physical health is going to benefit from pushing myself a little bit more, but my mental health most importantly, because I could do it all again and I could be happy. And as a result, I have now lost 7 stone 13 pound, which I can't in my head work out how much that is in just pound at the moment, but I'm sure you can work it out. And I am feeling great mentally in my fitness and stuff. Now, if you are disabled and you are thinking about getting fit, first of all, I will tell you that you can do it, and no matter how you do it, because this is what I'm gonna press. It's not necessarily what you can do and what you can't do, it's how you do it. And you can still work out, and you can still go to the gym, and you can still do all these things. You're just going to have to do it a little bit differently, which is something that I've learned, and you will learn, because you know your body, and you have to do it. You have to do things in a different way, and it takes time, and you will fuck up a lot, and you will hurt yourself a lot. But let me tell you, it's worth it. It is so worth it. And you know, I before this last relapse, I try and get to the gym 5 times a week, maybe more if I'm feeling up to it. But the reason why I felt urged to do this video is because I get a lot of, why do you go to the gym? Why do you work out if you're disabled? How can you do that? And most of the time I can let it go because, you know, it's just because they don't understand. But sometimes it really, really irks me because we can still do stuff. We just have to do it a little bit differently. And like, I have to go to the gym with my crutch and stuff like that half the time, and I get people staring at me and stuff like that, like, why are you doing that? I mean, proper, you know, decent people at the gym are like, go on girl, you know, stuff like that, and they're really, really supportive of me. But you do get stared at. And some fly in here, which means the cat's going to be attacking me in a minute, sorry. She's been trying to catch this one fly, I swear this is the same one from last night, and she has been trying to catch it, and it is the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. But it's all the learning process, isn't it, when you're that age? She's hurt herself a couple of times. But yeah, anyway, I do get stared at, and I get a lot of questions, like, how, if you are in so much pain, can you do this? And I get asked a lot as well how I cope with my pain and how I can deal with being in that much pain, because my God, I can't tell you how much pain I'm in permanently. As I sit here right now, I've got daggers going into my hips and shooting up my back, and my leg is, I'm not going to show you my leg, but it's spasming. So, you know, and they're like, how can you do it? And I'm always reminded of the bit in The Avengers when Bruce Banner comes up on his motorcycle when they're fighting, and he's just about to turn into the Hulk, and he turns around and he says, that's my secret, Captain, I'm always angry. Because it's like that, I'm always in pain, so I just do it, I just deal with it. You know, of course it hurts and it never goes and I can never ignore it, but you get used to being in pain and you start, this sounds really sad, but you forget what it's like to not be in pain, so you get a really high pain threshold, and it hurts. Oh my God, going to the gym, the things that I do in the gym isn't nothing special, but it hurts no matter what I do. Some days I can do more than others, obviously, because some days I can't even get out of my own bed because I can't move my legs. And it took a lot of self-belief and a lot of, you know, confidence in myself to feel able to go to the gym, because I was so scared. Like, what if I was doing something, what if I was on a machine and suddenly my left side goes, because that happens a lot, and you can't move it, you can't feel it, it's just completely gone. And it has happened, but I've been okay. I haven't hurt myself, I haven't hurt anyone else, I haven't broken any of the equipment. And you learn the patterns within your body of how you can cope with it. Like, if you feel it coming on, then you just adapt. And like I said, that is the key. It is all about adapting things to your needs. Anyone can do anything, no matter what your disability. It's all a matter of how you do it. And obviously I can't speak for everyone and give you examples, but you figure, as you do more stuff, you figure out different ways of doing things. You know, you just go a different route, but you still get the same results, and your body will benefit and your mind will benefit. And even if, like me, one day I can be pulling a certain weight, but then the next day I can barely pull the bar down with no weight on it, but it still feels the same resistance. I'm still working the same muscles, you know, they're still building up. And it's really, really important, especially if you've got a disability where it affects your movement and your body and stuff like that. You have to build your muscle up, because that is what builds your strength. And if you fall, you've got muscle there supporting you, and I feel a lot safer since I have gained more muscle. And I haven't been hulking out as much as I'd love to. I haven't been hulking out at all, but I've still gained muscle, and I feel a lot steadier and safer. I'm still falling over just as much. Even I say I feel steadier, I'm still falling over just as much. I'm still hurting myself, but I know I feel safer in the fact that I'm falling on the ground, but I've got more muscles surrounding my bones protecting it. So if you, this is very MS specific, I know, but if you're on steroids, that it destroys your bones. And I have been, because I've relapsed so much, I've obviously had a lot of steroids, so I've really got to look after my bones. So I've got muscles around my bones now, not many, but I've got a lot more support than what I had before. And yeah, going back to weights feeling different and stuff, please don't get disheartened if you feel like one day you're doing really crap in the gym, because first of all, perfectly able people have that problem as well. Secondly, you are in the gym and you are still lapping everyone that is sat on the couch. Thirdly, it's completely normal, especially with diseases like MS, because I mean, for example, this 1 kilogram baby weight, you know. Now, me doing that can feel like a 1 kilogram weight one day. I could pick this up tomorrow and it could be 50. I might not even be able to pick this up tomorrow. Yet, like in my other hand, I might be able to. You know, it's things like that. It is about adapting to how your body is feeling. You know, you've got to listen to your body every time that you work out. What else was I going to say? If you've got a gym in your area and you go to join it and they say like they won't take you on or anything, don't let that stop you, because it's the most ridiculous thing that people don't. Like they say it's because of insurance and stuff like that, and I'm just like, how dare you? There is no excuse, you know. It's just because they don't want the responsibility if you were to hurt yourself. That's the problem. So make sure that you go to a gym with qualified instructors, people that are on hand, and you know, they will help you, especially if you get referral for a GP. You'll also get it cheaper. I'm sure if you like, your local council has stuff like that. And they will work with you to find out what you can and can't do and build up a base for you to work on, and you'll find that in time, as much as it's probably hurting you like hell, you're getting better at it and you're able to go for longer. But I'm gonna really like drum this in. It's gonna hurt. If you are in pain a lot, like I'm sorry, my webcam's all over the place, it's really not steady. If you are in pain a lot because of your disability, this ain't going to take it away. It might do, it might work for you, it might, you know, it might stop things, but for me it hasn't. And I know other people that, you know, if anything, you know, it makes it worse on some days. But up here is where it counts the most. I would much rather kill myself in the gym than not do anything and feel like shit. You know, mentally. I would rather do that. But like I said, where I'm in pain all the time, you know, I just do it. I just get on, because tomorrow I might not be able to walk, and the fact is, with MS, I'm only going to get worse. There's no cure, there's nothing like that, and that's the nature of the disease. You just get worse and worse and worse and worse, and it's only a matter of time until I'm in a wheelchair. So this is my fight. This is my fight back, and it goes hand in hand physically and mentally, because the stronger your body is, the more it can fight things, you know, and that goes for your nutrition as well. You really have to be up on your nutrition, even if you can't go to the gym. Like, your disability is that bad, which God, I hope it isn't, because there is always something that people can do to keep fit, even if it's assisted swimming, you know, things like that. There is always something every single disabled person can do. Don't let anyone tell you any different. But you can concentrate on your diet and your nutrition, because you need weight loss and everything aside. No matter how heavy you are, you need to eat to fuel your body. If you keep thinking of food as fuel, you will find that you will start doing it like without even thinking about it, and you will start thinking, right, that is going to give me more energy, that is better for me, without even thinking. And because you are feeling the benefits of it, you are more likely to stick to it. I mean, if you were trying to like eat all this really clean food and you weren't seeing or feeling anything from it, you know, you're probably not going to stick to it. But you will, you really, really will. And that goes for hydration as well. Jamie on her water rant again. Stay hydrated, for fuck's sake. But yeah, I am going to try and get some videos up together, if I can work out some space in my living room, of modified moves and stuff for like Pilates and things, and maybe some P90X stuff, you know, just little things like that. And I'll show you how to modify them to your needs and things like that, if I can work out how to do it in this really tiny room that I've got. But my overall message for this video, I know it hasn't been very informative and I've kind of rabbited on, is just because you are disabled, do not let that stop you. Nothing can stop you. Just because your body is trying to destroy itself doesn't mean that you can't fight back. You need to do this, you need to get on it for your health, because the healthier you are, the more you can fight it. And do you know what? You are going to have a damn good time doing it. Even if you get to the gym and you're like, fuck this, it's not going to be long and it's going to creep up on you and you're going to start feeling really irritable if you don't go to the gym. But yeah, don't let anyone tell you that just because you're disabled you can't do it. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yeah, people are probably going to stare at you if you're in a crutch or a wheelchair and stuff, but fuck them. You are working harder than any of these people in the gym. And the real fitness freaks and, you know, real people will appreciate that and probably even come up to you and say, good for you. Because the amount of people that I've met through the gym that just come up to me and be like, you know, and they've heard my story and stuff like that, and they're like, you're absolutely amazing, look at you go. It's so important, and it's the best thing that I have ever done. And God, when my MS is really, really bad and I can't, you know, I can just about make it from my bed to my toilet, which is horrible, it's horrible. And I'm laying there in bed and I'm thinking, okay, so I can't feel any of my body, but I still want to try and move in the bed and try and exercise in my bed. You turn into a fitness freak before you even know it. And yeah, so I'm going to stop rabbiting on and stuff, but yeah, please just give it a go. If you're thinking about it, speak to your GP, speak to your occupational therapist, speak to your physical therapist. Your physio will give you some exercises to do at home to start you off. She'll do things with you to find out what you can and can't do, and then when you feel ready, you can take all this information like I did, go to the gym and say, this is what my physio says that I can do and what would be really good for me, please help me. And if it's a really good gym with really good instructors, they will welcome you with open arms. I love my gym and I love my gym instructors, and they have given me a little bit of my life back that I'm just going to stop getting tickets, because I'm so passionate about health and fitness, because it's all I've got now. And they've given me something back that I thought that I'd lost. Okay, so I can't do it every day and I'm not very good at it, but the fact is I'm trying, and just trying, it's working. So please use this as an example. I'm still losing weight, but the most important thing is that I'm doing something and I'm fighting back. It's not much and it hurts like hell, and you know, it might be doing physical damage sometimes, but it's worth it. Anyone who works out who's disabled will tell you that the pain is worth it. So I'm gonna go now because I'm getting really upset. But in a happy way, it's good, it's good, it's tears of joy. But yeah, thank you for listening to me rabbit on, and I hope that I've given you guys some confidence to do it. If you want to message me or anything like that asking for some advice, please do, because it's, you know, it's something that I feel very, very passionate about, and I've seen the results for myself in myself. So yeah, please get in touch, guys. And in the meantime, go and join the gym, and I'll see you guys soon.